All right, so today we will start in an easy seat. So if you want to sit down on the mat, whatever is comfortable for you. And place your hands on your knees and lift your head, lift your chest, close your eyes. And start to inhale and exhale, relaxing into this pose. Feeling the breath fill your chest. And exhale, feeling it leave your body. Taking an inhale through the nose, filling your chest, filling your lungs. Open your mouth, exhale, release. Inhale again, filling your lungs through your nose. Taking a deep breath and reaching down to fill the stomach. Open your mouth, exhale, release. Return to your regular breathing, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Relax your shoulders, lift your head. And interlacing your fingers in front of you with your palms facing outward away from you. On an inhale, lift your hands above your head, your palms above your head. And exhale, round the spine, fold forward. So we're taking like a cat-cow seated. Inhale, lift your arms above your head, your palms to the ceiling, lifting your gaze. And exhale, rounding the spine, bring your hands towards the mat. Do that a few more times at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling. And exhale, releasing your hands back to your knees. Returning to your steady breath. Bringing your arms into a capital T on either side of your body. On an inhale, placing the right hand on the floor, lifting your left arm above your head, taking a nice side body stretch here, feeling a stretch on the left side. Breathing into the stretch. Exhale, releasing back to that T. Placing your left arm on the palm on the floor, and on an exhale, bring your right arm over to the left side, feeling a nice side body stretch here on the right side. And breathing into the stretch. Exhale, return to that capital T, placing your left hand on your right knee and taking a twist here, placing your right hand behind you and taking a side body twist. Lifting the gaze. Returning back to that T and taking a twist to the other side. So bring your right palm to your left knee, twisting over to the left side. And exhale, returning back to center. From here, coming to a tabletop position, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. On an inhale, drop the belly around the spine, now cow. And exhale, tuck the tailbone and like an angry cat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone. Again, take a few more with the breath, linking the breath with the movement. Releasing any tension in your back. And from here, coming to the tips of your fingers, and continue to inhale as you drop the belly and exhale as you're rounding the spine. But now you're on the tips of your fingers. So just feeling a different sensation there. Returning to a neutral position, planting the hands back down on the floor, tuck the toes, stepping back into your first downward dog of the day. Here you can pedal out the feet. You can walk by walking your dog. Try and get your heels to touch the ground. Bending each knee one at a time. You can shake side to side, wagging your tail. Try to find a point of focus between your feet. And breathing here, planting your hands down, feeling each fingertip touch the mat, gripping the mat. And on an exhale, coming down to plank, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Controlling the breath here. Dropping to your knees, untuck the toes and release down to a belly shavasana, keeping your hands where they are underneath your shoulders. Bring your forehead to the mat. On an inhale, peel the chest up slightly into a baby cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, peeling up the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, peel up the chest one more time. And perhaps here you come into your fingertips again to just kind of get a different sensation in this baby cobra. And exhale, release down. From here, tuck the toes. Return to your downward facing dog. And slowly walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. From here, staying folded over, taking your peace fingers and your thumb around your big toe, keeping your feet about hip width apart, releasing your neck. We're going to bend into Padangusthasana. So bending with your knees here, your elbows will go out wide. Feeling that nice stretch, trying to bring your chest to meet your thighs. Breathing here. Releasing your fingertips. Slowly rolling on up with the head the last to come up. From here, bring your feet together at the top of the mat, palms facing forward, head lifted high. We're in Tadasana, or mountain pose. From here, we'll move into a few half suns before we move into our sun A salutations. So on an inhale, bring the palms up to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, lift up, slightly flat back, hands on your shins. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise, palms to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands back to heart and center. And we'll do that one more time. So inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down. Inhale, root to rise. And then exhale, bringing your hands to heart and center. From here, we'll move into a sun A modification. So kind of adding on to that. So on an inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Inhale, hands on your shins, flat back. Exhale, stepping back to your high plank here. Again, holding that plank. Releasing your knees to the ground, tuck the toes, and exhale, coming down to a chaturanga. Releasing to belly shavasana all the way down on the mat. From here, placing your elbows underneath your shoulders. We're coming up to the Sphinx pose. So on an inhale, lifting your chest, lifting your head. Breathing here. And on an exhale, planting your hands underneath your shoulders, tucking the toes back into downward dog. Again, walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up, halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, palms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart and center. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Hands on your shins. Exhale, stepping back to your high plank. On an inhale, shift forward slightly. Exhale, chaturanga the arms, bring them to 90 degrees. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So that's all vinyasa. At any time, you can always come to downward dog. So that's always a reminder. And you can always drop to your knees in chaturanga as well. So that is always an option. Breathing here, finding that point of focus between your feet. Exhale, walking your hands to meet your feet. Your feet to meet your hands, sorry, at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release down, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, palms to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart and center. And we'll go through that one more time. Inhale, palms to the sky. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa, moving into your vinyasa, or opting to meet in downward dog. Walking your feet to meet your hands. Staying folded over. Inhale your right arm to the sky, keeping your left arm on your left palm on the ground to open your right chest. Exhale, release. And now we'll take the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, release down. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release again, folding forward. Inhale, root to rise, palms to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to heart and center. So from here, you can start to set your intention for your practice, what you want to get out of it today. Breathing here. On an inhale, bring your palms up to the sky. Grabbing each elbow with the opposite hand. On an exhale, bending over the right side to take a nice side body stretch. So this is palm tree pose. Breathing here. Exhale, release straight back up. Again, maybe swapping the grip here on your, maybe changing the arms out. And on an exhale, bending over to the left side. Feel that nice side body stretch on the right side of your body this time. Breathing into that right side of your body, keeping your head lifted. Exhale, release. Release your arms back down by your side. On an inhale, we're going to sweep out arms up by your ears, sitting back into the invisible chair. Trying to make sure that your feet are together. You can still see your toes underneath your knees. You're sitting back into what is your invisible chair. On an exhale, sweep the right arm back behind you Shifting your gaze to follow your hand. Breathing here. Continue to sink a little bit lower in your chair. Exhale, release back to center. Inhale the left arm out behind you, reaching long, looking back behind you, trying to see your fingertips. Exhale, releasing back up to a regular chair pose, sinking a little bit lower. Exhale, straighten your legs, fold forward, release the chair. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, stepping back to your high plank. And moving into your vinyasa. Or opting to meet us in downward dog. On an inhale, lifting your right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, crossing your body. Inhale to three-legged dog. Exhale, planting your right hand outside your right foot outside your right hand, dropping your back knee, release, untucking the toes, coming to a gecko pose. So again, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders here, gaze forward. Trying to walk your right foot out, maybe it's on the edge of the mat for a deeper stretch. Tucking the back toes, stepping back for another vinyasa, or again, opting to meet in downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, crossing the body. Inhale to three-legged dog. And exhale, plant the left foot outside the left hand. Untuck the toes on the right knee and release the right knee to the mat. Walking your left foot out outside your left hand. Again, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, coming to gecko or lizard pose. Feeling that nice stretch. Breathing here. On an exhale, tucking the back toes, stepping back for another vinyasa, or opting to meet in down dog. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. On an inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms up by your ears, sitting in your chair. Breathing here. Exhale, straighten the legs, release your hands to your sides. From here, on an inhale, lifting your hands up to the sky, grabbing your left wrist with your right hand. And on exhale, we're going to take a standing crescent, bending over to the right side. Again, taking another side body stretch here. Inhale, reaching up, swapping the hands. On an exhale, bending over to the left side, feeling that side body stretch again on the right. Inhale, release, back to center. And exhale, sweeping your arms back up by your ears, sitting back into your invisible chair again. From here, bring your hands to heart and center as you maintain that chair position, hooking your left elbow to your right knee and take a twist here. Trying to bring your hands to your heart, so not sinking in to your elbow, lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. Exhale, returning to center. And hooking the right elbow over the left knee and taking a twist on this side. Again, bring your hands to heart and center here. Lifting out of the chest. Trying to bring your hands to your heart. Exhale, return your hands back to center in the chair pose, keeping them up by your ears. Gaze forward. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Release. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands down, stepping back for your vinyasa, or skipping this section and meeting us in downward dog. On an inhale, lifting the right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, kicking the right foot over to the left side to open up that right hip. Exhale, three-legged dog. And then planting your feet between your hands. Inhaling your hands up, and as we come into a high lunge, arms up by your ears. Breathing here. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring them back down by your foot. Releasing your left knee to the ground, untucking the toes, straightening your right leg in front of you, coming to a half split. So your right heel is on the mat, right leg is straight, and fold over your right leg. From here, if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can reach your right arm back to bind with your left foot if it's available to you. Breathing here, feeling that stretch in your hamstring. On an exhale, applying the foot back down, planting the hands, stepping back for vinyasa. Or meeting us in down dog. Again, breathing here, finding your focus in down dog. On an inhale, lifting your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, keep your left leg open to open up that hip, left foot towards the right hip here. Returning back to three-legged dog, squaring the hips. On an exhale, plant the left foot between the hands. Stay on the ball of your right foot. Inhale the arms up into high lunge or crescent lunge. Arms by your ears, gaze forward. On an exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. And on an exhale, planting them back down. Releasing the right knee to the mat, untucking the toes, straightening your left leg, and folding over as you bring your left heel to the mat, folding over into a half split. Then breathing here to feel even out the stretch on the hamstrings on this side. Planting the left foot down, planting the hands on either side, stepping back for another vinyasa, or meeting us in down dog. Bring your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release, fold forward. Inhale, sweeping the arms up by your ears, sitting back in that chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, release. Coming back to Tadasana or mountain pose. Take a few breaths here before we finish up our last sun bee salutation. So inhale, sweeping your arms up, sitting back in that chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, stepping back for your vinyasa, or opting to meet us in down dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, plant the right foot between your hands, planting the left foot down, inhaling your arms up into warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands back down, stepping back for another vinyasa. Meeting in down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Exhale, plant the left foot between your hands, dropping the back foot. Inhale the arms up into warrior one. Exhale, bring the hands back down the mat, stepping back for another vinyasa. Breathing here in your down dog, finding that grip with your hands, finding the point of focus between your feet. Taking a few breaths here. Sun B salutations warm us up for our practice. On an inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant the right foot down between the hands, and on an exhale, opening up the arms into warrior two. So right arm forward, left arm back, gaze over that middle finger. Breathing here. Making sure your back foot's at an 85-degree angle from the back of the mat. On an inhale, flip the palm. Exhale, as you reverse the warrior, bring your right arm, right palm to the sky, left hand on your upper left thigh. Breathing here, making sure your gaze follows your hand. On exhale, straighten your right leg and continue to bend your right arm back behind you with both legs straight as we come into revolve triangle. Revolve triangle. Trying to keep your body in one straight line on the right side. On an exhale, bring your right hand down to meet your right shin. You may want to step your feet a little bit closer, keeping your legs straight, lifting your left arm to the sky, opening the chest, coming to triangle on the right side here. Chest is open on the left. And on exhale, bending to your left knee, lifting off your back heel, straighten your right leg, making sure your heel's on the mat, coming to a side lunge. You can place your hands on the mat here if that's comfortable. You can also bring your hands to center. Trying to flex your toes up to the ceiling, lifting your gaze. Again, feeling that stretch in your hamstrings. On an exhale, planting your right foot forward, coming back into your warrior two. So again, right arm in front of you, capital T, gaze forward. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, stepping back for another vinyasa. Or again, opting to meet in down dog. Breathing here. On an inhale, lifting your left leg to the sky. Exhale, plant the left foot between your hands, dropping your back right foot. Bring your arms up into warrior two. Left arm forward, bending to that left knee. Gaze over that middle finger. On an inhale, flip the left palm. Exhale, release it up to the sky to reverse your warrior. Planting your right hand on your upper right thigh. Keeping your legs in that same position. On an exhale, straighten your left leg. So now both legs are straight. And exhale as you reach back to come into revolve triangle, reaching your left arm above your head, just reaching it back further, but now with straight legs. Keeping your right arm, maybe you lower it down a little bit. On an exhale, planting your left hand on your left shin, lifting your right arm up to the sky. Maybe you walk your feet in a little bit if you need to. Coming to triangle pose. Gaze follows your right hand. On an exhale, bending into your right knee, lifting your left foot off the mat. We're going to come to Skandasana on this side. So now you've got basically your runner's lunge on this side, or side lunge. You can bring your hands to heart and center. You can keep them on the mat, on the ball of your right foot, left heel to the mat. If you want to challenge again, you can bring your hands to your chest, or if you want more stability, keeping them on the ground as you feel the nice hamstring stretch on this side. On the exhale, planting the left foot down, coming back into warrior two. So bring your left arm forward, left knee is bent, back leg straight. And exhale, bring the hands back down, stepping back for Vinyasa. Coming to me in down dog. And we'll take a few breaths here in down dog. So if you need to, you can definitely take a child's pose, either a wide-legged child's pose with your knees wide to the width of the mat, or you can come to move your feet together, your knees together. Breathing here. If you are in child's pose, slowly you're coming back to a downward dog. Again, finding that point of focus. On an inhale, lifting your right leg to the sky. And on an exhale, planting the right foot between your hands. Inhale the arms up as we come into another crescent lunge. Breathing here. On an exhale, bring the right arm down, keeping the left arm down, keeping the right arm lifted, opening the chest to the right side. So your left hand is on the mat, right arm up high. Inhale, bring your arms back to that crescent lunge. From here, shifting your back foot forward, straightening your front right leg. So both legs are straight. Interlacing your fingers behind you. Inhale as you lift your chest up, and exhale as you fold forward into pyramid pose. So your feet should be forward, your hips are facing forward, the front of the mat. On exhale, bring your hands to heart and center, bending into your front right foot, lifting off your back left foot. But your toes are flexed towards the mat. And then coming into warrior three. So your body's in one line, left foot is lifted. On an exhale, planting the hands back down on the mat. So now you're almost in a standing split pose. Keeping your left leg lifted. If you can lift it higher, you can. I cannot. On exhale, bringing your left knee, keeping it close to you, staying on the right leg. Bring your left knee to your chest as you lift up. And bringing your right hand over your left knee here. And you can keep your left hand on your hip or lift your left arm up to the sky. Breathing here in this balancing pose. Exhale, plant the left toes on the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up, returning back into that runner's lunge. Exhale, plant the hands back down, stepping back for another vinyasa. On an inhale, we're lifting the left leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, plant the left foot between the hands. Stay on the balls of the right foot. Inhale the arms up into warrior lunge. Breathing here. On an exhale, plant the right hand down next to the left foot and reach your left arm up to the sky. On an exhale, bring your arms back up by your ears, returning back into that crescent lunge. Shifting your back foot forward, so now you're on the soles of both feet. Interlace your fingers behind you, straighten out both legs. Inhale as you lift your chest up, and exhale as you fold forward. Hips are facing forward over your left shin into a pyramid pose. Bring your hands to your heart and center. We're shifting into warrior three. So lifting off your right foot, bending, lifting all your weight into your left foot. Again, flexing your right foot to face the mat. So your toes are facing the mat, coming to that one line. Breathing here in warrior three, keeping your body in one line. Planting your hands down on the mat and coming to that standing split. So you have the option here, if it's available to you, to lift your right leg higher. On your next breath, bring your right knee to meet your chest, slowly standing up, trying to keep your foot lifted off the mat, balancing your weight into your left leg, keeping your pose steady. Planting your left hand on your right knee, holding it there. You can keep your right hand on your hip, or if you want more of a challenge, lifting your right arm up to the sky. Keep your gaze forward no matter where you are, maintaining that balanced pose. On an exhale, planting your right balls of the feet back down to the mat. Inhale your arms up back into that runner's lunge, crescent lunge, high lunge. And on exhale, plant the hands back down, stepping back for your vinyasa. Breathing here. If you need to, you can take a child's pose. Again, we'll take a few breaths in between. From here, slowly returning to downward dog. And then walking your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. From here, we'll move into extended hand to toe pose, or UHP. The Sanskrit name is very long. So from here, we have a few options. If you are flexible, you may be able to extend your leg, but if you're not, you can inhale your right arm out, placing your left hand on your hip, and keep your right hand on your shin. And you can kind of, or right hand on your knee, and you can kind of stay here. So very similar to tree. If you're a bit more flexible, take your peace fingers and your thumb around your big toe, and you can extend your leg out while holding your toe. Or you can keep it closer to you if that's available to you. So wherever you are, you can pick your pose. So bringing your hand to your knee or peace fingers around your big right toe as you balance on your left foot, hand on your hip, left hand on your left hip. Breathing here, facing forward. On an exhale, if it's available to you, you can extend your leg. If you're holding onto your knee, you can just stay here. On an exhale, opening it up to the right side. So bringing your knee to the right side, or if you have your toes, extending over. And exhale, returning back to center. Again, breathing here. If you fall out of it for any reason, you can always come back and you can always adjust your pose. Exhale, slowly release your foot back to the ground. And like tree, you may want to wiggle it out of it just to regain your balance. And we'll take the same on the left side. So whatever you do on the right side, you want to do it on the left side. So bring your right hand to your hip. Inhale, your left knee high. Again, you have the option to have your right hand on your left knee, a left hand on your left knee. Or if you want to grab your peace fingers with your big toe, you can, if that's available to you, making sure you grab on the inside of the knee. So wherever you are today, breathing here. If it's available to you, on an exhale, extend your leg out in front of you. Exhale, open up the hip to the left side, open up the foot, wherever you are. Trying to maintain your balance. Exhale, returning back to center. And exhale, slowly release everything. Walk it out. And from here, inhale your arms up. And then exhale, folding forward over your toes. Planting your hands on the mat, stepping back for down dog. Breathing here. On an inhale, lifting your right leg to the sky. Exhale, we're coming into half pigeon. So bring your right knee to your right wrist, untucking the back toes. And again, you have a few options. Staying with your hands underneath your shoulders. You can come down on your forearms if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, or if you want the sleepy pigeon version, reaching your arms long, bringing your forehead down to the mat. And breathing here. We'll be here for about 2 minutes. So holding this pose. Again, feeling the hips open, directing your breath to your hips. So as you inhale and exhale, directing that energy there. We have just under a minute left here. So if you want a deeper variation of this or you want a lighter variation, you can choose what works for you today. If you are in a sleepy pigeon, slowly returning your hands underneath your shoulders. Or if you're on your forearms, return your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lifting the chest, and exhale. Taking a few breaths here. On an exhale, tuck the toes, stepping back to down dog. You may need to walk it out a little bit. On an inhale, lifting your left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring your left knee to the left wrist. Releasing the right toes, coming to half pigeon on the left side. So again, you can take the same pose that you did on the other side, where it was the hands underneath the shoulders, on your forearms, or you can reach long coming into sleepy pigeon. And again, we'll be here for 2 minutes on this side as well. So wherever you are, making sure it's something you can comfortably come into. Breathing into the pose, breathing the energy into your hips, feeling the stretch. And maybe you take a deeper stretch here if it's available to you. We just got under 30 seconds here. And if you're folded over or you're on your forearms, coming back on your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And tying the back toes, stepping back into down dog. Again, you may need to walk this out. Sometimes our feet are a little bit tingly after being in that pose for a while. And slowly coming down to a seated position. Bring your knees out in front of you. And placing your soles of your feet on the mat. So knees to the sky, sorry. Feet about hip width apart. And laying down on your back. So from here, you can place your hands on your stomach. And we'll just take a few cat-cows on our back to kind of warm this up. So on an inhale, lifting your thoracic spine off the mat, trying to come onto your shoulders here. And exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone, feeling it lift up off the mat. Inhale, placing your tailbone on the mat, lifting the thoracic spine up to the sky. And exhale, rounding the spine. So this is very small, very similar to how we started class. Take a few more at your own pace, linking it with the breath. And when you're ready, coming to a neutral spine on your back. Again, making sure your feet are hip width apart, trying to get them as close to your glutes as you can. Reaching your hands long, trying to reach your heels. On an inhale, we're gonna lift your glutes to the sky. Interlace your fingers underneath as we come into a bridge pose. From here, trying to tuck your shoulders underneath. And breathing into this pose. Exhale, release, coming down on the mat. Windshield wiping your knees from side to side. We'll take one more. So again, returning your feet to hip width apart. Inhaling your glutes up to the sky, interlacing your fingers underneath. Try and tuck your shoulders under. Breathing here. And exhale, release. Bring the soles of your feet together on the mat, letting your knees open wide. We're taking our reclined butterfly to open up the hips here. You can place your hands on your thighs or on your stomach or palms up to the sky. Bring your knees slowly back to center and bring them into your chest, giving yourself a hug. From here, letting your knees drop to the right side. Cactus the arms or capital T the arms. Letting your gaze fall to either the left or the right, whichever works for you, or the same direction as your knees or different. If your shoulders aren't touching the ground, try to get something to, a prop, pillow, block, anything so that both shoulders are touching the mat. Exhale, returning the gaze back to center, hugging the knees in. From here, letting the knees drop to the left, cactusing the arms or capital T the arms here. And you can let your gaze do whatever it did on the other side, where it's the same direction as the knees or opposite. Breathing here. Again, making sure your shoulders are touching the mat. Exhale, releasing the gaze back to center. Hugging your knees back into your chest. And here, whatever pose you need today, if you need a happy baby or a waterfall, you can take it before we come into Shavasana. So if you want the happy baby, grab the soles of your feet. And you can even rock side to side. And when you're ready, release your legs long. Close your eyes, letting your feet naturally turn out. Having your palms face the sky. As we enter our final pose of class, Shavasana. Here, try to focus on your breath. So inhaling and exhaling. How we started class as you relax. Slowly starting to feel movement return back to your body, wiggling the fingertips, wiggling the toes, feeling your breath return, connecting with the body. And an inhale, reaching your arms up high above your head as a good morning wake up stretch, stretching your body. And an exhale, using your right arm as a pillow, coming over to the right side in the fetal position. And keeping your eyes closed, slowly coming on up to a seated position, bringing your hands to heart and center. I wanted to thank you for sharing your practice with me today. And I want to leave you a quote from Buddha that I found that I think a lot of people can relate to. So no one saves us but ourselves. No one and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path. And you're doing something right by doing yoga. So thank you. The divine light in me bows to the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thanks for coming.